What's up, guys? This is Mr. Teej66, and this is Mr. Teej66's movie reviews. Today's movie review is I wouldn't say an oldie, but it's a couple years old, but a goodie in my opinion. 2011's Green Lantern. Green Lantern is about Hal Jordan, a fighter pilot who's a bit of a jerk. He's played by Ryan Reynolds. Very full of himself, so in other words, it's the perfect role for Ryan Reynolds. One day he is whisked off and he finds this crashed alien ship with an alien on board called Abin Sur. He's part of a police force called an outer space police force called the Green Lantern Corps. And basically they have magic rings that can make the wearer do whatever they want, basically create anything. It's based on willpower. And the ring has chosen him because Abin Sur is dying because he's crashed. And then Ryan Reynolds eventually is whisked off to Oa, the home planet of the Green Lantern Corps, which is overruled by the Guardians of the Universe. And there's a villain called Parallax, and of course, the world's about to be destroyed. What a surprise! And he has to figure out a way to save it. Standard stuff. There's actually a lot more to this movie than I can possibly surmise, because I could be here for about 10 minutes probably going over the plot. This movie is really underrated. I mean, it's gotten some very venomous hate over the years, and I don't think it's justified. Believe me, it's not a masterpiece, but I have seen way worse superhero films, like the Ghost Rider films, Daredevil, Catwoman. There is much worse. The acting is pretty good. Ryan Reynolds is basically playing Ryan Reynolds, although I do think he tones down his douchiness a lot, which is, I think, helpful to the film. He's not quite so unlikable. I've never been a big Ryan Reynolds fan. He started to grow on me over, in the last few years, but for a long time, I just did not like him. I thought he reminded me of guys that picked on me in high school, so there was that. But in this movie, he's very good. Blake Lively, actually, I'll get to her because, she's bad. Mark Strong as a Sinestro, who's basically the leader of the Green Lanterns, or I think like the High Lieutenant. I don't know exactly what his rank is. He was very good. There's Tim Robbins, who plays a senator. He's also very good. The cast, for the most part, is pretty solid. The visual effects look good. It got a lot of hate at the time for the suit-looking CGI, and I think it looks good. I mean, I don't know how you could have made that into a practical suit and not have it look absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's energy, so it makes sense they would have to be CGI. The constructs they create are pretty neat. He creates like a machine gun, a sword, a flamethrower. I don't quite know how that works. How do you create a flamethrower out of green energy? But it's a fantasy movie, so I can't really think about it that much. Fantastic production design. Obviously, the color green is used quite a bit, and green is my favorite color, so I'm kind of predisposed to like that. I also like the use of, because in order to use the ring, you have to have willpower, and the greater your will, the more crazy stuff you can create. And I like that idea. There's some interesting philosophical ideas in the movie about how fear will make you less strong, or not able to create as powerful constructs. And it's, fear and willpower, and those two that go hand in hand. I thought that was an interesting sort of philosophical idea. It's not philosophy 101, but it's pretty interesting. The movie's not perfect, however. It feels like it crams a lot into one movie. There's a lot of have to set the ring, set up Hal Jordan's character, set up the world of Oa. There's one point where they create a ring made out of fear, set up the Guardians of the Universe. I mean, there's a lot going on here, and sometimes the movie does get kind of muddled and disjointed, and it just feels like there's too much in one movie. Blake Lively, ooh, she is horrible in this movie. I'm sure she's a very nice person, and she's very beautiful, but her acting is bad. It doesn't help that some of her lines feel like something out of the Star Wars prequels. I don't want someone I care about getting hurt, and it's just like, oh, God. Ooh, bad. Yes, also the climax is my other big issue with the movie. Parallax has come to Earth, everything is going to go bad. Green Lantern has to stop him alone, and it just feels underwhelming. Like, the final battle only goes on for about 5 minutes. Like, total, I actually counted it. It's less than 5 minutes, and that was really underwhelming. There's some good stuff that happens during it, some cool, visuals and stuff, but it feels very shortchanged. So that was another big problem with the movie. The movie does have humor, thankfully. It's one of the best parts, one of the best scenes of the movie is like where after basically Green Lantern has saved his girlfriend, and then he comes back like the next night or something to like say, "Are you okay?" And he's wearing this ridiculous mask which only covers about as much as my glasses are, and the aliens even go, this will help protect your identity, and it's like, no, it won't. It's just this, like, these are advanced beings. They wouldn't be able to know that that's not going to protect anyone's identity. It's a little bit of a flaw, and she even goes, "How?" And he's like, "How did you know it was me?" "What do you mean? I've seen you naked. You don't think I'm not going to be able to see you because I can't see you or recognize you because I can't see your cheekbones?" I mean, that was a great moment. I was like, thank you very much. There's also a part where he makes it's kind of ridiculous. He makes a Hot Wheels car and racing track out of his green energy, and his best friend, whom I haven't even mentioned, because, yeah, he has a best friend who was in like 2 scenes, and that's how crowded this movie is, goes, "A Hot Wheels track? That's the best you could come up with?" And so that was a nice moment, too. So, overall, I would give this movie a B. It's not a masterpiece, but I don't think it's a pile of shit like a lot of movie critics say. So, take it or leave it. There's a lot of people on the internet who will probably disagree with me, and that's fine, but I watch it every once in a while. It's a fun time. So, that's it for this review. This is Mr. TH66, and see you next time.